We're live, Chairman.
Thank you, Sonia. Good evening, members, and welcome to Rochford District Council's remote meeting of the Executive, and welcome to anyone watching this via live stream, and also welcome to other members, but non-members of the Executive. So with that, a warm welcome to everyone. On Friday, the 9th of April, we all received the very sad news of the passing of His Royal Highness, Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. In line with guidance issued by the government, the Council will continue to provide services and conduct its business during the national period of mourning. We have lowered our flag to half-mast as a mark of respect and will be streaming a 2 minutes of silence on Friday, the 16th of April at 9:30 a.m. Residents will be able to follow this live. The link will be on the front page of the Council website. At that point, we'll move to agenda item 1, apologies for absence, and no apologies have been received since everyone is actually present here tonight. Thank you. Sonia, if you'd be kind enough to read out the names of any non-members of the Executive attending, please.
Yes, Chairman. We have Councillors Gooding, Sperring and Mrs. Shaw, Chairman.
Thank you, Sonia. Moving to agenda item 3, the minutes of the meeting on the 3rd of March. They've been circulated, and can I ask if they are agreed, please, members?
Agreed.
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 Thank you very much. Those are agreed. Moving on to item 4, if I can take any declarations of interest. Are there any to declare, please, on any items on the agenda this evening? No, I'm not seeing any hands or any nod other than in the negative, so thank you very much indeed. Item 5 is questions on notice from councillors, and no questions have been received for this evening's meeting. Agenda item 6, matters referred to the Executive and reports from other committees. There are none, members, so that takes us nicely on to agenda item 7, which is the Parks for Nature initiative. The portfolio holder for Environment and Place, Councillor Arthur Williams, will present the report, please. Arthur.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, members. This report sets out an opportunity to consider how Rochford Council's open spaces and parks can help meet the Council's carbon neutral targets, and at the same time improve parks for the benefit of wildlife and, of course, residents. Appended to this report is the Parks for Nature paper, reviewed by the Carbon Neutral Member Working Group. This sets out the principles of incorporating environmental friendly improvements into the parks and open spaces. Paragraph 3.6 of the report provides a summary of those principles, the most significant of which focus on increasing the tree cover and relaxing of mowing. Any proposed changes to the parks will be explored and consulted upon through a series of site visits that I, as portfolio holder, will be attending, and the respective board members also invited. Further consultation will also be undertaken with parish council and residents. It is anticipated that I will be presenting a further report to the Executive in July, setting out the feedback to the consultation and proposing to finalise plans for the delivery of Park for Nature initiative. Of course, if you have any questions, we will do our best to answer them. And I'd like to thank members of the Working Party and also AD Marcus Holton for all of the hard work to prepare this report. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Williams. At that point, I'll take any questions, any reference to references within the report. Are there any questions for Councillor Williams or for Assistant Director Marcus Holton? Councillor Sperring, you're not actually a member of the committee, so I don't really think I can take a question. Sorry about that. Right, are there any other members of the Executive that wish to raise a question? I'm not seeing any indication. which takes us on to the recommendation. And there's just one recommendation set out at paragraph 1.1 on page 7.1 of the report. And I'll read that out. To approve the approach outlined in this report to adapt and improve parks and green spaces and contribute to the council commitment to make Rochford District Council carbon neutral by 2030. Members, I will move this recommendation. Do I have a seconder, please?
I'll second that, Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Rowe. So moving on to the voting, please unmute yourself and advise me if you're not able to use the electronic hand and raise your hand manually so it can be counted. If anyone would like a recorded vote to be taken, please click on the raised hand icon once. If you wish to have a recorded vote, and I'm not seeing any raised hand icons. So now voting on the recommendation. Voting will be done by an electronic show of hands. All those in favour of the recommendations, please click on the raised hand icon once, please.
Chairman, that's unanimous.
And that is unanimous and approved. Moving on then to agenda item number 8. If I can ask the portfolio holder for commercial business, local economy and leisure, Councillor Danielle Belton, who will present the report, please. Councillor Belton.
Thank you, Chairman. And thank you, Marcus, for putting together a particularly thorough report on this item. Essentially, the recommendation is for Rochford Council to enter a framework agreement with Essex County Council to allow Rochford businesses to access some additional business grant funding. Now, as per point 3.4, the outlined expected funding available to Rochford businesses will be in the region of £230,000. Now, to be clear, this is in addition to the circa 22 million that has been other schemes. This is a specific we can access for our businesses. The grants can be administered via Basildon Council. This is at no cost to Rochford District. So although the front facing will be via Rochford Council, essentially it's a low risk opportunity for our businesses to access some additional support at this difficult time. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Belton. Are there any questions for Councillor Belton or indeed Assistant Director Marcus Hoppen? Councillor Ward.
Yeah, thank you very much, Leader. It's just a clarification, just to make sure we know that it's Basildon who are actually administering this, but everything actually will go through Rochford District. That can be confirmed, please?
Yes, I can confirm that, unless Marcus, you want to add anything in addition.
No, I mean, it's affirmative. That's all that needs to be said, really.
Thank you, Councillor Ward. Thank you, Councillor Belton. Councillor Smith.
Thank you, Chairman. I just suffered a little bit of breakup during Councillor Belton's words. Just for the sake of clarity, could you just restate how much money we've already paid out and to how many businesses, please?
So in the region of 22 million has been paid out so far, and that is that's been in over 2,000 grants to multiple businesses across the district.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Smith. Again, thank you, Councillor Belton. And can I also just say what a tremendous effort that has been over the past year to support local businesses. And indeed, I would like to pay tribute to officers that were some of the fastest in the county and probably some of the fastest in the country to ensure that our businesses were supported financially with the central government funds. That really is appreciated because it means an awful lot to the businesses. and an incredible sum of money that had to be distributed through various grant schemes. So thank you very much indeed for that. Okay, right. Any other points or questions that anyone wishes to make? No, I can't see any, which really takes us to the two recommendations of paragraphs 1.1 and 1.2. 1.1 is that the council enters into a framework agreement with Essex County Council and agrees to support the distribution of specific business grants to Rochford businesses. And the second recommendation at 1.2 is that the Assistant Director, Place and Environment, in consultation with the portfolio holder for commercial, business, local economy and leisure, be given delegated authority to agree minor additions or amendments to these agreements in the interest of facilitating a quick and effective grant programme for local businesses. Now, members, I will move the two recommendations. Do I have a seconder, please?
I'll second that, Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Councillor Rowe. Members, are you happy to vote on these two recommendations together? I will assume that you're in agreement unless you click on the raised hand icon. And again, I'm not seeing any frantic waving or raising of hands, so we will take them together. Please unmute yourself and advise me if you're not able to use the electronic hand and raise your hand manually so it can be counted. Members, if anyone would like a recorded vote to be taken, please click on your raised hand icon once. And again, I'm not seeing any movement there. So voting will be done by an electronic show of hands. If I can ask all those in favour of the recommendations, please click on the raised hand icon once, please. Do that now if you will, please.
Again, it's unanimous, Chairman.
Thank you, Sonia. Those two recommendations are both agreed, and thank you very much. I'm just removing my blue pen. Right, thank you. That then, members, concludes the business for this evening's meeting. Thank you very much indeed for attending. And at 19:42 by my computer, that closes the meeting. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
I'm going to keep that running for you, Cheryl.
Thank
okay?
you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Night.
Good night, all.
Good
No,
night.
Danielle and Arthur need to stay.
Right.
Can we get Danielle back?
Are we all stopping?
I think
Yeah.
we're
getting a
on
briefing.
live. I think we're still on live stream, aren't we?
Yes, I've got that icon.
So I think
We are on live stream. I've got that running.
Yes, yeah, it needs to be switched off. Angela, can you give Sonia a call and ask her to dial us out, please?
Ooh.
Says we've got 4 people watching, but one of those is me. 3 people watching. Let's move to a single view of Arthur now.
Really?
mm,